Hi, and welcome to the... You're standing right in my shot, Tom, aren't you?
No.
I was looking at the wrong camera. Hi, and welcome to the footy.
Are you trying to eyeball the camera?
I was trying to give it to that one, but it's actually this one.
That's your camera, but if you want to use the other microphone, you could get on that camera if you wanted. There you go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the footy with Broden Kelly. Well, these Wednesday night lives are called the footy with Marns. But Marns, because of the way the schedule is working, is not here. Marnie is at, I imagine, the MCG.
I just saw an Instagram story. I can confirm. Is that the MCG?
I would like to be at the MCG.
I just think it's outrageous what the AFL is doing.
To us.
Just putting fixturing games wherever, some with roofs, some without.
Folks, I'm going to be honest with you, and I'll reiterate this when we start the official recording of this episode. I have, since bringing in Marns regularly, I have abandoned all effort for these, and I put no effort or thought into these. I have no preparation. On the other side of this laptop, you might think it's a to-do list, things to talk about, ways to make this an enthralling, interesting discussion. No, it's just me. I'm just watching myself. So
what a hunk.
Yeah, I'm going, Broden Kelly, which is the only way I reach it.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to say to you in the chat before we go live is help me. Please help me. And give me things to talk about. What are we going to talk about? Because I haven't prepped. And by the way, we're told to put our hats backwards.
Yes. But
you can see my face here. Look at the screen.
Well,
I'm looking at it now. I look great.
Yeah, I think with this lighting, you're fine.
I'm pushing it back.
If it was one where I needed to make if it was one. Sorry, I just got the silliest fucking message. I'm so sorry.
What's the silly message?
I got a message from Mish Wittrop.
Yeah.
And it says, BB, are you coming to Sydney? It's like, you are performing at the shows that I'm organising.
Yeah, we're going to Sydney Comedy Festival tomorrow. We're performing there. Mish is also performing there.
I'm recording 2 podcasts that she's in. Like, it was just a Space Cadet message from Mish. I'm so sorry I got distracted, everybody. What did you ask me, Broden? I'll try not to get distracted again.
I don't know, but I think we should just roll on this magic.
Okay, great.
Is there anything, please, if anyone has anything important they should tell me before we start recording?
I have something important.
Yes.
She just texted me and said, this was not meant for you, lol.
Who's BB?
Thank God.
Who's Baby?
I don't know, but thank God. Because
Ask her who Baby was.
Okay, Mish, we are live on the footy and we need to know who BB is.
Yeah. Who are you talking? Who's the baby? Did I watch Dynasty, Broden? As in the 80s soap opera? No, but please clarify, Sam. If we did tipping now, that would be good timing for me. Yeah, we're going to do tipping.
Yeah, we're going to do tipping. I think there's been some suspensions or some shit.
Yeah, some suspensions or some shit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we just should look at the website, Glen 20.
Yeah, Glen 20.
Where's the Glen 20?
The Glen 20.
The Glen 20 is ready to go, folks, because this is a podcast studio. And it's not just us in here. Sometimes there's some stinkers, and there's a podcast called the COVID podcast where people with COVID come in and talk about having COVID. And so what I'll do is I'll just do a little before we start. I'll go, and get that boy on there right there. This is magical.
So apparently it was for another comedian called Grace.
Oh yeah, Grace. Yeah. Grace Jarvis probably.
And now I'm just telling Mish that I flamed her on the live stream.
Yeah, flame her. I don't know what that means. Harley Reid's not playing, Dino. He's having a week off to take on the Suns. A big mistake. Could have made it 3-0. All right, let's go live.
All right. That's right. I have to wait for you to say pill.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to say that magical word, folks. And when that happens, you know that we are live. Well, we are live, but we're double live. We're not live. We're recorded for tomorrow's episode. Let's do this shit. Someone put some words in the chat that I should drop into the intro. So when you're listening tomorrow, you're like, that was me. Right. So far, I've got Pog. Maybe. Okay, I can say Pog. I'll say Pog. Pog that pill. Pog that pill.
Pog that pill. Pog that pill.
Camel.
Pissy pants.
Glen 20.
Can you say Mish?
Pilgers. Rambunctious. All right, I've got everyone's been great.
Mish wants you to promote our show in the intro too, if you could.
If you're in Sydney, go and see Mish Wittrip's show. The Factory, I guess it is.
Yeah,
go to the Sydney Comedy Festival website and you got to check it out. All right, we ready to do this?
Yeah.
Folks, it's Thursday morning. A game of footy's already happened when you're listening to this, and it was a rambunctious one. Fair dinkum, let me tell you. Get that Glen 20 out and spray it on your ghoulies because we're getting clean. And like a camel, we're taking on water, and we don't need to drink that much. It's a Poggers episode. Gallopal bounce that pill. One of the worst intros we've ever done for this episode. Welcome to the Footy with Marns, a podcast dedicated to all things Marnie Vinyl, hosted by Tom and I. If you are listening, Marnie is not with us today because of the Anzac round. Marnie is at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the home of football.
Probably live blogging for the age.
Would you change the name? So get this right.
Yeah.
MCG was made for cricket.
Yeah, they only play fucking one game there a year.
Well, a fair bit more than that, Tom. They play the Shield there. They play the T20. It's the home for the Melbourne Stars.
Only one that's important is the Boxing Day Test.
I will meet you in the middle and say, yes, the predominant sport played there is Tay-Tay, but not really. It's AFL. AFL.
Yeah.
Now, is there an argument for changing the name of the ground to the Melbourne Football Ground?
Yeah.
MFG.
Yeah, I like that. Or even like change the MCC as well, I reckon, at least. Like maybe it could be like the Melbourne Demons Club or something because all you...
Well, now you've got me interested.
Yeah, you know?
Folks, let me be honest with you. For weeks, since we started recording with Marns, Marns brings in all the news. She's a newsbreaker, a fact checker, a storyteller. Not me.
A sage and level-headed commentator.
And you're Tom. And that's how the dynamic works, is Marns comes in and goes, here's the news. Marns is not here. And I had a shit day. My dog had to get, his tail was infected and he was eating at it.
Yep.
He was eating at his tail and it was getting worse and worse. And the cone, we put the cone on him.
Oh, he would have hated that.
But he was figured out how to get his tail around the cone and just crazy. nibble on the tail. And so I found myself in a position where we need to get it taken care of. And we rescued Shadow. He's a reactive dog, and so he doesn't like new people. The vet's a bad place for him. So we had him put under, and we got his nails done, we got his skin done, we got his blood tests, blah, 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 blah. He got the tail fixed. And so we drugged him, he went to sleep, and then it took him ages to come out of the sleeping. So I had to pick up this 35-kilo dog and carry his limp carcass around in my car and back to the house and then make sure he wasn't dead and give him a little bit of salami. Gave him some salami and he liked it.
I was just going to say, Brad, like 35 kilos to you, like that would be like...
I barely felt...
That'd be like air to the wind, right?
I barely felt lifting him, but it's this, the emotional connection to this carcass of a dog. It's a great pickup though, and that's what Marnie would have done here. She would have said, she would have picked up on that fact checking that you just did there.
Yeah,
the long and short of it is I'm cooked.
Yeah.
And Marnie's not here. I've done no preparation. What are we going to do?
I think we just do what we used to do. Last year, we used to just come in with no prep.
Chips for 90 minutes.
I think even on our Monday episodes last year, we rarely did any prep. Like you would bring in like a couple of things you wanted to talk about, but we would just go off the top of the dome, Broden, which is where I live.
Ah, here comes the dome. The dome is back.
Yeah.
Well, look, on the AFL.com.au website, there's these two boys called Cal Toomey and the other one. And
do they deliver news?
It looks like they're sitting at a desk, kind of like this, but it's got nice light walls around it. Maybe I could just watch that and then kind of be like, well, it looks like they're talking about this or that.
Well, that's what you did last week. Remember we had 360 on and you were just reporting the ins and outs that came up on the 360 screen?
Well, yeah, I mean, we can look at this. History beckons for Pendlebury.
Oh, right, because
well,
he's going to have
hit the
50,000 stings.
We got it, and now it's time for the news with money, without money. That's right, folks. It's the news, but without money. So when I look at the AFL website, history beckons for Pendlebury.
So is this about 40,000 disposals or something?
Well, I haven't opened the article, but it could be that he's going to get a bunch of disposals. It could be that he's making a play on the government, how he's trying to overthrow the government.
Oh, like a coup?
Yeah, maybe he's taking down Canberra. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's making history by being the first guy to run around the G. I'm not going to open it.
Do you think he'll beat the games record as well? Because he's already well past 400, right?
No.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because he rarely gets injured. He's still just as good as he was, like, at least not at his best, but at least like 4 years ago, right? He's about to win the disposal record. I feel like he'll beat the Shane Tuck 480 or whatever it was.
Yeah, or maybe. He may have played 480. I don't know.
I'm sure.
Well, good. Congratulations to Scott Pogleberry.
I did see that.
And I hope it all goes well for you. If he wins, do you think Collingwood fans will run out on the ground?
Oh, no, I don't think it's that sort of thing. I don't think when you get 40,000 disposals, you run out on the ground. I think
no one's ever done it before,
Well,
Tom.
that's a 100-goal thing, Broden.
Yeah, but no one's ever done what he's done. So surely that's worthy of ruining a game.
Yeah, potentially. I feel like I wouldn't have the guts to do it, but if I saw like 20 other people go, I'd be like, all right, it's fucking on.
There's people saying 389.
Is that how many he's played? And what's the record? 420?
A billion.
So he will get 400 this year, hey? It's pretty
unless
incredible.
Something happens, which we hope it won't.
Well, no, Pendles
or maybe
doesn't get injured,
unless he's
so.
leading at the ball, he's leading into his leading space, and some kid comes in leading backwards, and he protects himself, he will be banned forever.
Yeah,
which is the new rule. Which I don't know how I feel about that. It's been a week of content. That's something we can talk about. Toby Green suspension.
Yeah,
it's contentious.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred Jesse to be suspended over Toby, to be honest. That's my hot take.
Jesse did punch someone in the face.
Twice.
Softly.
Twice. But what do my kids think of that when they see that, Broden?
Your kid.
My kids, they think they can go to school and punch people in the face now because Jesse punched someone in the head.
I punched a kid in primary school once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's because you went to the footy every weekend and saw people hitting each other.
It was 1995-ish. And I was like, this is what Toby Green would have done. It was his name, the boy's name was Sean. Okay. And he put, like, it was literally, there was headphones. So it was set up like this. He had his headphones. He was listening to like a play-along book kind of situation.
Oh, cool.
And he put, this is no bullshit. And Leone Kelly, if you're watching, my mum, she can attest to this. He put his headphones in front of mine.
Yeah.
He moved all his shit in front of me. And I went, don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I said. I was 5.
Yeah.
And then he did it again. And so I punched him in the face.
Yeah.
I gave him a blood nose.
Yeah. That's good. You know the worst one I ever did, right?
Yeah.
It was like something out of a cartoon. I was playing cricket with my friend Sean and my friend Hannah. And I went out on cricket and I was being a little cunt, having a laugh around like, ha ha ha, I'm not going out. And Hannah grabbed the cricket bat off me and I was like pulling it off her and then she let it go and I smacked Sean in the head with the cricket
Another
bat.
Sean.
Yeah, so I hit Sean in the head with the cricket bat and I've always felt guilty about it.
Would you do it deliberately though?
No, it was an accident, but I was an ADD kid, so
yeah. You were chaos.
Yeah, I was chaos.
You're a chaos, and I did it on purpose.
Yeah, so mine was a bit of like, I probably yanked too hard, so it was probably 100% my fault. But did I mean to do it? No.
No, you're a good boy. Me and Sean, maybe just me, I got sent to the principal's office in prep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then I think I got told off.
Yeah.
But I never told my mum. So my mum found out like 3 weeks later through another mum. Like, I think I was supposed to tell her, but as if I would.
Yeah, you got sent home with a letter. You conveniently lost the letter.
I'm getting the feeling, just looking at the comments on the live stream, that maybe I shouldn't have brought this up.
Why? Because it's like an origin story.
Yeah. Well, like now the cat's out of the bag on this.
So you're an evil man.
I hope Sean doesn't come for me.
And I hope my Sean
I
doesn't come for
apologize.
me either.
Yeah, Sean's. I hope your Sean's okay,
Yeah.
but my Sean, like I think I apologized to him later, but he did put his fucking
Shit in front, which is disrespectful. It is rude.
What other news is there, Tom?
Yeah, so I reckon, don't protect yourself. Just put your arms out.
But here's my genuine question.
Yeah.
If I called into SE, if I was someone who called into SEN anymore,
Yeah, anymore.
if I was someone
Because
who
they've got you blocked now, right?
So Toby, in his chat, he said he braced himself.
Yes.
It wasn't bumping, it was bracing.
Yes.
But so now they're saying, no, you have to make a play at the ball and not protect yourself.
Yeah, so this has been my stance from the start, right? With Braden Maynard, which is the first time that this really became a big issue. If Braden Maynard had his arms up in the air,
You could go hurt.
yeah, but I'm fine with that. I don't think he should be suspended. I think he might have got hurt, but Brayshaw wouldn't have been concussed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think as soon as you brace, you're going to hurt someone. Put your arms out in the air, you both fall in a heap and crumple.
Here's what happens, right? Toby doesn't brace and Jordan Boyd skull hits him in the face and gives Toby Green a concussion.
Yeah.
When Toby Green retires at 29, feeling fine,
Yep.
and then has ongoing concussion long things, can he sue the AFL because he couldn't protect himself?
I'm not sure. You're asking complex questions.
Are
but
you a lawyer?
I would say from where I sit, right? And like I mean this with every fiber in my being. If I caused an accident and hurt myself rather than hurting someone else, would be my preferred outcome.
Oh, yeah?
Like I don't like this idea of I was protecting myself.
Unless their name was Sean.
Yeah, unless the name was Sean, in which case, I meant to hit him with the cricket bat. Do you know what I mean, though? Like, I would rather, if I cause an incident, I'd rather hurt myself than hurt someone else. And that's just where I'm at with it,
Let's go on the... Mish messaged me, when do you get to Sydney? Why is she messaging everyone?
Does she need something?
Just just chill.
Just chill, Mishy.
Chill, Mish. Anyway, I'm going to go on the Age website and maybe there's some sports news there that I can refer to. Because that's usually what Marnie does. Marnie is a writer for the Age.
Yeah, Marnie's usually written half the articles.
How four-leaf clover analogy helped Darren Weir beat corruption charge in horse racing.
Oh, no, we don't touch horse racing here, Braden. We don't believe in it.
He lives on a 3,000 a head dinner that could change everything for the Socceroos.
Okay, is that like a fundraising thing? Can you go to AFL News, mate?
Yeah. I don't know how. I don't know how to navigate this website. Hang on. I'll figure it out. Is this usually how good this episode is?
Yeah, 100%. I was going to say, because Marnie's not here, I could, talk Supercoach till the cow comes home.
No,
too,
we don't.
Could
no,
be
that's
my opportunity.
All right, I found AFL.
Okay, great.
Barras good guy defense fails at Tribunal.
Yeah, because Barras is another one who...
That's written by Marnie.
Was it? There you go, great. Yeah, I don't think... I think Barras went for the same tactic as Charlie Cameron and it did not work.
Why do you think that there was a 3,000 a head dinner for the soccer?
Well, I imagine you get 1,000 people there. 300 times 3,000, was it? Times 1,000 is $3 million. That pays for your airfares, business class,
But what are you getting at the dinner?
No, it's a fundraiser. It's like what Steins did to save your club.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going there to eat $3,000 worth of beef.
Surely the food's good.
And was it good at the Steins fundraiser?
I didn't go to it.
Well, sure you did.
I didn't have any money.
Yeah, that's true. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, no, you pay the premium to be invited to an exclusive thing that helps the club you support, not because it would be delicious.
Max Holmes signed on with the Cats.
Yeah, great. People are upset with me for not including Max Holmes in my top 8 young players, but I don't reckon he scratches the surface.
We've been doing this podcast for 12 months now, and for the majority of our podcast, we started in 2023.
Yeah.
In the shadows of a Cats flag. But in the time that we've been doing this podcast, Cats been shit.
Yeah.
Cats been shit.
Sure.
And so we've not heard a lot from Cats fans.
Yeah, because they just go into hibernation.
They went quite dormant.
Yeah.
They were busy with their Cotton On and their Ford and their Geelong Highway and their Jet. Jet's from Geelong. Are you going to be my girl?
Don't they own a mantra down there?
They go down to Torquay.
Yeah, build mantras.
They just went a bit dormant.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. We said, firstly, you picked your top 8 under young players.
Young guns since
Didn't mention
2020.
Ollie Henry or Max Holmes.
Yeah, and I think Ollie Henry 100% has no right in that conversation. Max Holmes a little bit, but not at the level of like Sam Darcy or...
All I'm saying is, boy, those Cats fans are back.
Yeah, they're back.
Undefeated, and boy, are they feisty like a cat.
They're like testing the waters.
They're
now,
like, what? They're just starting to get that kind of, we've been good for 15 years energy up, and I'm here for it.
But you know what was interesting, Broden, was I felt like I gave mad props to these young players later on in the episode when we talked about Geelong. Do you remember that? I was like...
I don't remember what happened this morning.
Yeah, I was talking... Well, you took the
I carried
dog to
a
the vet.
35-kilo dog around.
Yeah, I was talking about how they're doing it off the back of young players, how their rebound's amazing, how none of them are superstars, but they're getting the job done, and how exciting that is. So unfair. Unfairly targeted.
Max Holmes is way better than Sam Darcy. What is Tom on about?
Well, remember, we were doing it off potential, remember?
Yeah, potential.
I think Max Holmes is a good player. I just not off those... Not in the same league as those other guys yet. Could be wrong.
Yet. Let me find this tipping. GWS Stars world seal his fate at the Tribunal. Words.
What?
I think they think that he said he bumped, which he never said. I think one of the reasons they said you admitted you bumped, and he said, but he never said it in the Tribunal hearing. This is what Jared Waitley said this morning. There was a weird I was driving my unconscious dog around.
Yeah.
I was listening to Waitley going, "This is a good point. I hope the dog doesn't shit himself in the car."
But who's saying he said he bumped? Like the AFL or
the people, the Tribunal.
Lawyers? But that would be a lie, and that would be stricken from the record, right? If it was just a straight out lie.
We're talking about third person hearsay now.
Yeah.
Because I heard what happened is I was driving a concussed dog around hoping he didn't shit his pants.
Sure.
And then Jared Waitley on the radio was saying something that sounded like something what I said. And now I've expressed that to you, and you're saying that should be stricken from the record. But that's
no one knows.
Probably not admissible.
Yeah. No one knows what actually happened, hey.
Should we talk about if you should bring a baby to a comedy show?
I don't think so, no. I mean, I have a son, so I
was joking.
Yeah, I have some interest in it, but no, I don't think we should.
I just saw a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah, that was the hot thing. And then they went on the project, and that was really funny.
Well, yeah, it was a big week of content.
Of babies, yeah.
The dog weighed 35 kilos. People just asking in the channel. I carried a 35-kilo unconscious dog around. Corns defends not personal criticism of Bevo.
Nah, the Corns definitely oversteps the line.
If you came from another country and read that headline, what would you think? Corn,
I would think something to do with corn.
Multiple corns.
And then when I hear Bevo, I think of a beverage. So
there's a bunch of corns going around saying, I don't agree with drinks.
I think it would be something to do with corn syrup in drinks. That's what I would come to, I think.
I don't agree with a bunch of corns.
Because isn't it in Australia it's illegal to use high fructose corn syrup in drinks?
You are on the money there, Tom. Yes, we use a different... Well, in America, they have a lot of corn.
Yeah.
So corn starch... Corn syrup.
It's called high fructose or high glucose corn syrup, I think.
Is the basis for the majority of their sweet things.
And that's why Dr. Pepper's so delicious.
All right. But also that's why there's so many, why corn flakes is a cereal. It's not because people are like, let's have corn for breakfast.
Oh, right.
It's because we got a shitload of corn. What do we do with this corn?
Let's make it cheap.
It's not economical. It's not illegal. I don't know. It's not economical, I think.
Oh, right. So it's not. I thought it was literally like a health rule they had, and that's why it had to be imported. Yeah, right.
This is what happens when Marnie's not here. We talk about the economy.
Fact check high glucose, fructose.
But I believe America loves corn. That's why all their shit's corn.
Exactly, and that's what the article's about. Is like the corn syrup in the Bevo.
And I don't know why it's in the AFL section. But what I will say is, could this conversation be happening while we do tipping?
Tipping. Tipping. Tipping.
Tom pointed to me as if like you can talk now.
But you knew.
But on the screen,
you could sense
there was like another 5 to 6 seconds of sting.
You could sense.
Yeah, but if you're running a live television show, Tom.
Yeah, I'm no director. You know this. You know, I just point at you guys.
What did the point mean in your head?
That it was time to go, but then I was too early, and you knew it. So
all right, well,
it's all good.
Well. Let's get into the tipping. And folks, if you are listening on the radio, which is what I call a podcast, a recorded radio, then you will know more than me and Tom sitting here now naive in all the way back in April 24.
Yeah.
Happy, not happy Anzac Day, but hey, it's Anzac Day.
Is that why we couldn't get a flight till 1?
Tom, you got to know it's Anzac. I'm wearing the Anzac Day fern.
Yeah, but is that why we couldn't get a flight till 1? Because you're not allowed to legally do anything before like midday, right?
I doubt that.
Because even the Coles apparently aren't allowed to open till midday.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can't, but I doubt that's the case with planes.
Yeah, it was just weird. Remember when I sent through the flights? Like we could either get like really early or 1.
In year 7 on Anzac Day, me, Andrew House, Bianca Wilshire,
Oh, yeah, I remember Bianca.
and a girl called Ashley went to see Rollerball.
I remember Ashley as well, yeah.
But I think the first screening was at midday. So we had to wait until midday to see Rollerball.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Good Rollerball, though.
Because isn't Melbourne to Sydney the busiest flight path in the world? So you'd think there'd be one every half an hour, Brad.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe that could very well be the case. But, have an Anzac Bicky, donate to the, the Return Service League.
Is that what the RSL stands for?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well,
Return Servicemen's League.
go have a Palmer. Support your RSL.
Play a bit of down ball. What's it called? 2 up?
2 up. I really like the Watsonia RSL, I think.
I saw a hot take
Yeah.
that the commercialisation of Anzac Day, everyone's got a Guernsey. It's all, how do we feel about this?
Yeah.
We have, a lot of
people
should
have
it
said
be a
about
more
it.
solemn event?
I mean, commercialization of stuff is a hot topic, full stop, right? Like, it's probably of less interest to us, but it's the same with Good Friday, right? Like, playing stuff where you're supposed to traditionally not and all that,
I'm not well enough trained, but all I know is have some of them Anzac Bickies for the boys.
Exactly, yeah. And I reckon...
And girls.
I reckon do cool Anzac Guernseys. Me and you are on team Get More Guernseys.
Get more Guernseys,
Like the
as long
NBA.
as I'm curious, and I just don't have the answer. It's tonight's game or last night's game, and the game that is happening today at the MCG, the Collingwood Essendon clash. Is that all that money going to the Anzacs?
I seriously doubt it. Otherwise, they would champion that like they do with the Good Friday appeal, right? Like,
So what is
it's
it? Just the solemn event? Is it just is it purely that it's paying respect?
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
what it's about.
That is my gut feel, coming off no information.
There are a lot of tin rattlers at the games,
yeah, which is,
and a lot of serving defence people, part of this Australian Defence Force, go to the game in their uniforms and stuff.
But there's no way Richmond would be like, yeah, we want a home game, a marquee game. We're going to have 80,000 there, and then give all that profit to the RSL. That's not how they would operate.
Let's go through all the RSLs we know. Greensboro RSL. Did you ever go there?
Talk to me. You got to give me more context.
Well, I can't. I don't know.
Greensboro RSL is it up near the Safeway? Is it near the station?
I don't know. But Box Hill RSL. Have you been there? I've been there. That's a good one. I live in the north. Pascoe Vale RSL.
Yep.
That's where I went the other day for a drink with Annie.
Yeah.
And there was a tile from Saddam Hussein's mansion.
That's right. We went to a really nice RSL with you for someone's birthday once, remember? Where you used to live in Preston, opposite the Chinese shop you really liked.
What are you talking about?
So there's an RSL in Preston, I reckon, where you used to live. You don't live there anymore.
Yeah.
And it's opposite like a nice little group of shops where there's some nice Chinese food.
Yeah.
And we went there for an event. Me, you, Mitch, Wayne.
RSL.
I think it was an RSL. Or was it just a pub?
Yeah, RSL.
It's near that pizza shop you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there's an RSL there.
I think it's an RSL. On like High Street pretty much.
Love an RSL.
Yeah, it is very
You
cool.
got to sign in.
Do you?
Yeah, you got to sign in.
Yeah, right. I don't go to enough RSLs. I should go.
Well, I think if you take nothing away from this podcast, is go to an RSL.
Yeah, get a Palmer, like that's what my life's all about.
You might see a bit of Saddam Hussein's tile.
Yeah.
The first game of the round is Richmond versus Melbourne, the Anzac Eve clash, which has now become a tradition 4 or 5 years old. I'd love to know from the chat if anyone thinks that Richmond have ever won this, because I can't remember them winning one. I think they've maybe won one.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe more, but they are an affair. I'm tipping Melbourne in this game.
I'm tipping Melbourne by 60. The only threat...
you did that as... I'm tipping Melbourne by 150 points.
Yeah, the only threat that might make it instead of 60, it might make it 20, is the fact that you guys are coming off a bye. And God, did you look awful the week before the bye. So,
But a lot of good teams have come back from the bye looking.
yeah, it's been different this year. And I think you guys really needed the rest. So I think 60, but it could be 20. You know what I mean?
It did rain today. There was a bit of rain, which does concern me.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is a worry, but I'm going the D's.
That is a worry.
And if you're listening, we sound like naive fools.
Yeah, because they already know the result.
But hey, that's the be careful or I'll treat you like Sean in prep.
Yeah. Smack you in the head.
Tomorrow at 3:20, the traditional time. It's the game of Zaharakis. It's the game of Mark McGough.
I feel like Pendles always shows up in these and wins medals as well, right?
It's the game of Pogdelbury.
He's definitely planned this.
Yeah,
Like, didn't he get subbed off as well? Like,
I doubt in fact, do you know what he'll do to pay his respect?
Yeah.
He'll stop at 39,999 disposals.
no, there's no way. That's
They'll
like
say,
5 disposals.
he'll say, sub me. That's
no
what I
way.
would do, Pendles.
I feel like he is synonymous for me with Anzac Day. And it says here that the medal has been won 3 times by Collingwood Games record holder and former captain Scott Pendlebury and retired Essendon coach James Hird. So only 2 people have won the Anzac Day medal 3 times.
So what are you saying?
That Pendles is synonymous with Anzac Day and he's going to show up and he wanted to get his 40,000th on Anzac Day.
Those listening, those watching, I want you to give me your prediction for the medalist.
Yep.
I want your prediction right now.
Okay. So I think Zach Merritt would be
Can I add something?
Yeah, please.
Keeping in mind, this is voted on by like someone working at Triple M, someone at SEN, someone like they just get the media to do it.
Totally.
So it could be story-wise. Like last week, Harley Reid arguably could have won it, and there was conspiracy theories that ex-Fremantle player who was...
Oh, David Mundy. Yeah, David Mundy didn't give him any votes. Yeah, no, that's 100% true. Harley Reid was 100% the best player on the ground. And David Mundy 100% was salty.
I don't know if it's 100%, but that was...
I'm happy to go with 100%.
All right. Jamie Elliott or a Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill, like a Norm Smith kind of situation.
If they kick a bag, which they are likely to do, that's what these players do. They bob up and have 3 or 4 every now and then.
Bobby Hill didn't win the Norm though, did he? Or have I
We've
just
done this. No, we've done this before. When me and you got psyched out of it. I think he did. Or he deserved it at least. If he didn't get it, he
was our Norm Smith medalist.
He was, because he had 3 in the first half, but then I think he was quiet in the second half. By that point, you'd checked out, I think.
People overseas who listen to this going, what is Anzac Day? And I feel like I should, for our overseas listeners, what are you doing here? Firstly, it's an AFL podcast, but it's the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. And that is often forgotten, Tom. And that's what I actually do like about going to tonight's game. More so than hearing the Australian national anthem, I love hearing the New Zealand national anthem.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's a thing of where 2 countries, and though we banter, we are a united front against the impending terrors that are ashore.
Yeah.
That we must fight to death to defend.
So if I was a betting man, I'd say Nick Dacos.
Probably. Oh, yeah, Dacos, yeah.
Oh, Zach Merritt, I think.
I'm going to tip the Pies.
Yeah, I'm going to tip the Pies by 45.
Red Richmond, I call them, Essendon. Red Richmond. They are, Red Richmond are on a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah, they've been... I still reckon they're a tiny little bit flaky, but they've really showed me up this year, and they've proven me wrong. And there's a good chance they'll win because they're a great team.
Great. So we're going Collingwood.
Yeah.
Next game that night. Tomorrow's going to be great. Oh, except we're flying.
We're flying, and then we've got to do galas and stuff.
Yeah.
During this game at Manuka Oval, we'll be on stage at the Opera House. Manuka? What did I say?
Manuka.
Is it named after the honey?
No!
Because it's Manuka honey.
Manuka.
Is it Manuka honey?
Nothing to do with the honey.
No, it must be. It's spelled exactly the same way.
Look up Manuka honey.
So it is Manuka.
Manuka honey. Manuka Oval.
Manuka honey. Oh, it's got some interesting... It's got a little dash above the A. Oh, it's indigenous to New Zealand.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Aotearoa.
Yeah, so it's a Maori name. I did not realise that.
Kia ora.
Very cool. So
and
yeah,
where's
that makes
Manuka
sense.
from? The town.
Manuka's from Canberra.
Manuka, Canberra. Look that up.
Okay, Manuka. Is it spelt the same way?
The honey is not named after the oval. People don't know what they're talking.
If it's spelt the same way, not my fault. That's all I'm saying. Manuka, Manaka, you know.
Manaka?
Manaka, Manuka, Manuka. What can you say? Manuka is a leafy, affluent area known for its upscale dining scene with restaurants serving Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, and Nepalese cuisine. Fucking beautiful.
How? Etymology.
Etymology. Is Manuka a suburb in Canberra? Manuka, sometimes pronounced as Manuka, is an area in the inner southern district of Canberra. Did you want the etymology? Is that what you said to Google?
I want why is it called that?
Why do
Someone just said a great thing, Tom. You should give us the Manuka of the week.
Why do Canberrans pronounce Manuka differently? When it comes to saying Manuka out loud, two different pronunciations emerge.
Pronunciations.
Most Canberrans say Manuka, emphasizing Canberrans, emphasizing the first syllable of the word, but others say Manuka, mirroring the pronunciation of the Manuka honey. There's a whole article on the ABC website here. It goes for ages.
But no one can give me a definitive. Is it based on the honey? Malacca.
The Manuka.
But Malacca Stadium.
The Manuka of the week.
Folks, just a little idea I've had in the back of my head that I do want to bring out as well.
Please.
Do you think that the Footy with Broden Kelly should try and get a corporate box at the MCG and we fill it with fans every week? Try and get it for a year.
Yeah.
And that'd be a lot of money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. But is this something we can endeavour towards? And furthermore, is this something that people could help us do? Like give us money, not money, but like if you have a connection to someone who can make this happen.
I see. Yeah. I see.
Named after the Leptospermum scoparium's Maori name, Manuka. Look, that seems pretty definitive.
Well, that sounds like the honey name, but not the Canberra name.
Let's just agree that I was right.
Well, I don't think I was disagreeing with you. I was just wondering.
I think I was wrong. If I thought they were different, if I thought they came from two different places, that was potentially wrong.
Why don't we just...
It doesn't matter.
No. Why don't we, as the Footy with Broden Kelly, we'll just call it Manuka Oval. Like Malacca Oval, but it's Manuka.
Malacca Oval.
Manuka Oval.
No, let's just call it what it is. Manuka Oval.
Manuka.
No.
Manuka Oval.
You're doing my nut. I'm tipping the Giants versus the Brisbane Lions at Manuka Oval.
I think that, Brisbane did not show up last week, hey? And Giants are fucking awesome, even though they lost last week. So, Giants by 200 for me.
Giants by... Jesus.
Probably at least, wouldn't you say?
Brizzy are mysterious and elusive being at the moment.
Do you think they'll bring down a monitor for this?
A lace monitor?
Yeah.
No, that's their problem. They will have no.
They can't
put a lizard at the ground at Manuka.
No.
Canberra has a zoo where you can stay in a hotel where one of your windows is to the tigers.
That's pretty out there.
It's scary.
Yeah.
The next game Friday, 7:40. So back to work for some people on a Friday. And Port Place and Kilda at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
Who you tipping? Port Adelaide.
Yeah, Port shaked me a little bit last week because, all these accusations of flat track bullying and stuff. And I think St Kilda are a decent outfit. So I'm surprised that it's 96% to 4% because I think it should be reasonably close. But yeah, there's no way Port Adelaide lose this, right?
No, but you need to tip Saints because people like Tom never tips the Saints.
I refuse.
No, Tom?
Yes.
You must tip the Saints.
I can't bring myself to do it.
Why? They're a great team. Great coach. Ross Lyon, Wanganeen Malira,
Windhager, Max King.
A king?
Two of the best rebounding defenders in the game with Jack Sinclair and Callum Wilkie. And yet somehow, in games they should win, they lose.
It's a mystery. They're young.
They're not that young.
And they were tired. Their
captain Steele's in the prime of his career now, so is Wilkie.
But a captain does not make a summer. One skip does not make a summer.
Sure. No, I think they're in prime position. They should be winning a lot of games.
Do you know the percentage of people tipping the same as you, Tom?
96%.
Correct.
Yeah.
4% of people tipping Saints.
Yeah, I think that's
lost a bit of trust.
Yeah, I think that's unbalanced, but I do think it would be crazy not to tip Port. So
fair enough. And Saturday at the prime time of 1:45 at Blundstone Arena.
Oh, Tassie game.
Now, is this named after the Blundstone boot?
It would have to be. It's probably a naming sponsor.
Is it a naming sponsor? Can you find out if Blundstone Arena is a naming sponsor?
Is Blundstone an Australian boot?
Yeah, it's the Blundstones. You know, you would
After the Flintstones.
No, Tom. We'll find out what a Blundstone is named after.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out, but like Google's not even loading. It's fighting me here.
Steel-capped boots were the Blundstone story.
View our range of work boots and Chelsea boots. What's a Chelsea boot? Bro?
I don't know what a Chelsea... But there was a man called John Blundstone and Sons, founded in
How
1870.
did you find that so quickly when I couldn't find anything?
I don't know.
Oh, geez, you're on fire, mate.
No, it's at Bellreeve, which is in Hobart kind of area.
Yeah,
And
right.
this is the oval that a lot of the local Tasmanians who are against the stadium are saying, just use that one.
Yeah, because it is a beautiful ground, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it probably doesn't have quite enough room or something.
Yeah, there's, Blundstone Arena. I would love to go to Blundstone Arena.
Yeah. My dream is for us to get some form of travel sponsor and we go to just a bunch of games off the back of a travel sponsor. How good would that be?
What would you prefer? To travel, like a sponsor who takes us to games all around Australia and we can podcast about it?
Yeah.
Or a corporate box at the MCG for every game?
That's really tough, but no, like genuinely, like I like going to MCG and sitting in bad seats. Like I enjoy that atmosphere.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'm desperate to go to TIO.
Yeah.
I'm definitely desperate to go. I haven't even been to Adelaide Oval or Optus. So I would much prefer to go traveling to all these unique stadiums.
I would
Blundstone.
love the corporate box. I would go just sitting there every day like Citizen Kane in his empty mansion, just watching and doing the Citizen Kane clap.
But you just go to the MTC, which is the same thing anyway, right? So
Yeah. But no, this is better. I want my little box.
yeah,
Brody want his box.
Brody want box, and I want to go traveling and see the world.
It's a fair point people bring up in the comment about Blundstone Arena is it's impossibly windy. So there's like 20 goal winds.
Yeah, right.
We are now apparently going to cross to David Zita. Marnie has organised for us to cross to David Zita.
Yeah, great.
Hey,
Hi Marnie, you're live on the podcast. How's the MCG?
you're live on the podcast. Can you give us
Live?
Yeah.
What is that? Okay.
David-
Is that seriously live?
Yeah,
Da-
seriously live.
David Zita. Hi, welcome to the Footy with Marns podcast.
Is this footy? But you're here.
I know, that's what I told you.
Why aren't you there?
Because I'm here, working.
But why aren't you on the podcast?
David, just answer the question. And the question is, what's the news? What's the news on the Tribunal?
I'll be honest with you. The Tribunal's a bit all over the shop.
Yep.
It's a bit confusing. Tom Barras, no dice.
Yep.
He said he was a good bloke. Charlie said he was a good bloke last week, but Charlie was good and Tom was not. They said the tackle was a bit more forceful and it just wasn't good enough for him, unfortunately. So
I have a follow-up question. Just a follow-up question on that, David. And Marnie, if you can. Manuka Oval, is it named after the honey?
Manuka. Oh, Manuka. It should be.
Is it?
Name.
Is,
Sorry, bro.
is it come? Is it from after the honey?
I think after Marnie, after you.
Manuka honey.
Who's Manuka?
That's what it's called. It's called Manuka honey, not Manuka honey.
It's called Manuka Oval.
But it's spelled the same, Marnie.
We're not talking about the same thing.
Marnie, it's spelled the same.
What's the so are we live now?
Yeah.
This is great.
Can you tell them about the Reddit thing? No, wait, they don't want to hear about that.
The Reddit
No.
thing.
What's the
Yeah,
Reddit thing?
apparently there was a poll about who's the most blackworthy.
That's not a word, Money. The most trustworthy and likable or something. Someone informed me of this, and apparently you and I were neck and neck.
Yeah.
I think
Neither one.
I think I've just come up. No, but it's a Reddit thread. It's ongoing.
Trustworthy.
But then when it applies to your thing, said bounce that quill. Is that something that's said on this podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
because Marnie won a Quill Award. So
Oh, she told me that a lot.
I am pretty trustworthy. I just came clean with an in prep. I punched a kid in the nose.
Yeah.
And I was up front. Did you ever get in a fight at school, David Zita?
I was probably the one getting punched in the nose.
What's-
because
Okay.
I got bullied a lot. Why did you punch someone in the nose?
He put his headphones on my desk.
So you punched him in the nose. Why didn't you just give him his headphones back?
See, this is that journalism from Fox Footy I've come to know, that drilling. I was in prep. I was 5.
Oh, I thought you meant like today you did this.
No, I'm
no.
35.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're 35, so this was 30 years ago.
Yes, correct. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary of it, actually.
Of you?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Folks, we have to go. We've got to get this done. But
gotta
thank
go.
you so much for crossing Marnie and David Zita from the MCG, from Fox Footy and The Age.
All good. I'll send you an invoice tomorrow.
Thanks, mate. And thank you, Marnie. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
I need to find this poll, Broden. I want to vote in it. So is it David Zita versus Marnie? Is that what they're saying? Or is it,
Trustworthy journalists in the AFL.
yeah, between Marnie and David Zita? Is that what we're saying?
No, it's between I think it was between David and I.
Oh, right. Great. Then I need to go vote for David for sure.
Well, that hurts, but I understand because I've led you astray many times. The next game, the Blundstone Arena game, is the Adelaide Crows taking on North Melbourne. That's very funny, Zurgy Durgy. I'm tipping, obviously, Adelaide Crows. This week, North copped it brutally from the media.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it was just justified, to be honest. I think they should be going just a tad better than they are.
I mean, for what Melbourne went through from about 2008 to yesterday, from to 2016, 17.
Yeah.
I'll always go in for bat to the team going kicking. Like I just remember us being at the lowest point where it felt like the next sentence out of people's mouths was going to be, should we just stop this team?
Yeah,
in fact, some people were like, should we? The only defense for Melbourne was you can't have an AFL without a Melbourne.
Totally. No, I have a lot of empathy for the situation.
So all I'm saying is, people were saying this stuff about this with West Coast, like heaps.
And that is my only point. I don't think any North should be cancelled or any of that or kicked out of league or anything, but I do think their list is better than Hawthorn's and better than West Coast. And I do think they need to start winning a game here and there. That's all I would say. I'm not saying kick them out of the league or anything.
In fact, I'm tipping them.
I'm tipping them this week as well. I tip them almost every week.
Hang on, you're tipping them?
I tip them almost every week. I'm a big supporter of North and I'm always wrong. But I just think
tip them. They're playing Adelaide.
But I just think the list is there. Like they're older, more mature guys. Like when I say more mature, I'm talking like 23, 24. LDU, Larky. Like they have like these amazing players who are getting into their prime. And then they've got McKercher, Comben, like these younger Dersma, all these young, like they're just stacked. They need to be winning a game or two this year. And I think against Adelaide in Tassie could be that game.
You're right. I'm tipping North.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get on board.
Too.
Up the shin boners.
Yes. But I'll come for them if they don't win a fucking game in a couple of weeks, you know?
4:30 on Saturday. 4:30 on Saturday. The blue and white take on the predominantly blue but a bit of white. Carlton. Carlton Cats.
Yeah.
Not the Carlton Cats. The Geelong Blues.
Yeah.
The Carlton Blues and the Geelong Cats. Who you tipping for prospectively the best game of the round?
Yeah, I'm shocked that that Geelong are the favourites. I genuinely feel like Carlton are just unbeatable.
Only just, like 57% of people on the AFL website are tipping Catters, but there's 43% tipping the Blue Baggers.
Yeah, the Carlton just keep coming up against adversary and just keep winning.
Hi, Kim from the UK. Huh?
Carlton just keep coming up against adversary and just keep winning every week. So,
strong adversaries.
Yeah.
I'm tipping Carlton. Oh.
But I mean also like the injury list and stuff, you know? But I don't know. I need to know if Zach Williams is going to play or not. That's a big one for me because
we don't have teams yet, do we?
Yeah, we don't have teams yet. We might have some tomorrow night at this time.
So you're going to go Cats?
No, I'm going to go Carlton. I think they keep proving me wrong every week. I'm like, the injury list is too bad. Like, it's too hard. But then Sam Walsh is back. He's on fire. Like, yeah.
I would love for the chat to tell me which way they're going because I'm actually clueless. But, like, it's almost neutral territory as well.
Oh, yeah, MCG. I mean, the Cats are a little worse at the MCG, right?
They play finals there all the time.
And they complain about it.
But only because they have to drive and it's not near any cotton-ons.
They say, oh, well, this should be at our home. Like, it's unfair. It's unfair. No, even though we have 18 premierships.
I think they're fine with it. I think because they get good numbers up to Melbourne. It's just like me too. Like, anytime I have to drive to Casey to watch Melbourne, I'm like, I'd truly rather die.
Yeah, sure. But doesn't Chris Scott hate playing at the MCG?
That's Dimmer, Hardwick and Marvel. Yeah,
right. I thought, I'll Google it later when I'm editing this podcast. I thought Chris Scott hated playing at the MCG.
He potentially does, but I think the market, like, if they get 80,000 there for this game.
Yeah. And so good for the club, good for supporters. But he's like, if I was playing down at the Cattery, I'd shoe this in. So it should be at the Cattery.
If the Cats lose, whose home game is it? How do I figure that out?
It'd have to be Carlton's, wouldn't
Carlton home. Why?
Because otherwise it would be at Geelong, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's only in the finals where they get forced to play their home games at the MCG.
Right.
And that's where Chris Scott cracks the shits.
Okay, right. Well, okay, I'm gonna tip Cats because they look red hot, and if they win this game, they are the front runner.
Yeah.
And it's like them, fresh air, everyone else.
Yeah. But let me tell you one thing that guarantees they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Tom Stewart's out.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. He's their best player by far, Broden.
But if they win it without him,
Yeah, I mean, Jezza Cameron is their best player, I should say, but Tom Stewart's pretty bloody close.
yeah, fair enough. Right, you're tipping Carlton.
Yes, I'm tipping Carlton, I believe.
Saturday night, Optus Stadium, Fremantle coming in red hot, losing to West Coast, firing red hot
Like a decent loss too, right?
against the Western Bulldogs, who are actually red hot, but at home.
I think the Dogs are getting Libba back because he missed last week. Is that
Okay.
right? Or did he have his concussion last week? No.
Surely Freo come out in this game and do like a we have to win kind of situation.
You would hope so. But
It's Cat's home game, Tom.
it is. There you go. It's crazy. Chris Scott won't be happy.
But if it's 80,000 there, they make so much money.
Yeah, no, I know. No, totally. It's a good thing, and I'm sure that the higher ups at Geelong are stoked, but
I'm acknowledging the tribal chief. Someone just asked me to.
okay, great.
Yeah.
I think the Dogs should win. I think the way that McRae and Bailey Dale responded last week,
Freo without Amos. Missing a miss.
missing a miss, and they also haven't worked out their Darcy and Luke Jackson issues. So
I'm going to mention Daniel Hoyne only once.
Okay, great.
And
this
that
is
is
your one Hoyne
Yes,
pass.
and that is to say that he doesn't believe that their game style of playing between the arcs, so in the middle, is sustainable.
It's sustainable. I did see this clip. Yeah, it's great. Continue going, Brent.
Well, that's just they're going to get tired a lot, and they're going to have a lot of games where they get blown out. That's what he thinks.
That's what he thinks, yeah. It's just, incredibly unsustainable. And I think, the Doggies are red hot and still have a ripper list. So,
As someone put in the comment, this is the flaky face-off.
it
Which
really
team's
is.
more flaky?
It really is, 100%.
Great. I'm tipping Doggies.
Yep.
Sunday at 1:00 at the People's First Stadium, which sounds like a
Yes.
communist kind of situation.
It does. I like that.
West Coast, a readless West Coast taking on the Suns.
Can I tell you something cool I found out about the Suns yesterday, Broden?
Yes.
There's one player for the Suns who is leading the intercept disposals for the league, averaging 11.3 a game.
Yeah.
Which is like crazy high. That's like 3 higher than the next best. Mac Andrew. How fucking sick is that?
Yeah, Mac.
11 intercepts.
Yeah, he's going to be great.
That's so cool.
There was a few pundits who were very hard on your mature defenders.
Who's our mature defenders like Collins?
Sam Collins, yeah. And then there's other ones as well.
Because Sam Collins is averaging like 8 intercepts a game. He Mac's like 1 and like Sam Collins
Not
is like
good
6.
with the efficiency of the ball and stuff, I believe. There was a fair
That's
bit
correct.
of Chris. Yeah.
That's why they've sent Sam Flanders back there, I think, to help.
This is David King. This is my one David King, but he said he reckons that he'll pull the trigger and start dropping these guys if they don't pick up their game.
Well, it depends what you value, right? Because it's like if you value defense, right, then I think they're doing really well. If you value rebounding, then I think, fix that. But I don't think Dimmer values it. I think he values clearance with this team. I think that's why Rao's having such a good season, why he's breaking clearance records and stuff. So I would be interested in that. That would not be my read, but what the fuck do I know?
Your read is Ethan Reid. Now, I'm tipping Sunnies.
I'm tipping Suns. I'm shocked and appalled that 15% tip the West Coast.
They'll end the tyrannical streak from hell from West Coast, who are on their way to a final. Gold Coast is going to stop them.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
they've chosen to rest Reid. Reid.
Yeah, Harley Reid, yeah.
Their Reid is Harley, your Reid is Ethan.
Ethan, yeah. If this was in West Coast, like we would be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Depressing
we would be.
Sunday 4:00 game in the MCG, Hawkers versus the Swannies. The Tom Mitchell Cup. The
Buddy Franklin Cup, perhaps.
The Buddy, I guess. He's going to be there.
Is he?
He's going to this game. It's a thank you, Buddy, with a Hawthorn kind of feel to it.
Oh, that's
Did you know
cool.
this?
No, I love that. I should go to this.
Well, we're recording, but if you go, you'll be fired.
Yeah.
We could go for the first half.
I could pretend to have gastro or something and go.
Yeah. Again, always faking your gastro.
Luckily, I film it every time.
Yeah, well, tipping Swans to mercilessly destroy the poor Hawkers, but you never know.
I think so. I think it'll be, you absolutely summed it up perfectly. Merciless.
Who's the
slaughter.
best cup? Obviously, Lance Franklin's pretty good, but who's do you name it after? Tom Mitchell ruined it by playing for Collingwood. Who's a player that played for Hawthorn and Sydney?
Well, I mean, if Buddy didn't exist, it would be the Kennedy Cup.
The Kennedy Cup.
Because Hawthorn let him go for nothing, remember?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he turned out to be a
For a
superstar.
premiership player.
And, like,
beat them in a premiership.
Probably one of the Swans' all-time greats, right? Like, not the best.
Well,
but-
his family is one of the great Hawthorn names. His father played for them and his grandfather was a coach and player.
Yeah.
There's a statue of him at Glenferrie or
And
wherever they train. It's not
I reckon he
Glenferrie.
went up to Sydney and
Waverley.
probably won 3 or 4 best and fairest, you know? So
The Kennedy. But who's like a weird player to say? You know what I mean? Like a funny one.
So,
you know?
like, this is like a footy grid sort of situation. Like, who played for Hawthorn, who played for Sydney?
The Ronke Memorial Trophy, Ben Ronke.
Oh, I remember Ben Ronke.
The Dermot Brereton Cup. Dermot played a handful of games
Did
for the
he
Swans.
really? I didn't know that.
And he played a handful of games for Collingwood.
Isn't it interesting how we have a revisionist history, you know?
Yes. Who's the Dougie Hawkins played a few games for Fitzroy.
Okay.
Do you know who Dougie Hawkins is?
No, but very cool. Very groovy.
The Ben McGlynn, the Matt Spanger, Spider Everett. Spider Everett was at this studio the other day.
Was he?
And I was like, that's Spider Everett. What's he doing here?
Doesn't he have a radio show or something?
Yeah, he's the Gold Coast Triple M Breakfast.
That's sick.
Why do I know that? Okay, so that's all our tips in.
Yep.
Enjoy the week. Marnie will be back to steer this ship in a reasonable and good way. I love you all. Have a great one. Bounce that pill. And hello to everyone still watching. Let's get into the chat. Talk to me, folks.
I have something really important. Can I just talk to the audience really
Yes.
quickly?
Your name's falling behind you, though. It's a disaster.
Broden Kelly over here is going to go to the game tonight, I believe.
Yeah.
Dad's going to stream it on Twitch.
Oh, I should have said. Oh no, it doesn't matter. No, go watch Tom on Twitch.
Yeah, so come watch if you want to hang out and watch footy tonight. I'm on Twitch. How do they find my Twitch?
Iron Tom Dom.
Iron Tom Dom is my username. I'll hang out there. We'll have a sync with the KO stream and I'll talk about the game and you guys can tell me funny stuff in the chat. I'd love to see you
I'm
all
going to put
there.
it in the chat.
Oh, thank you, Broden. I appreciate that. I just thought since we're here, I'm going to try and edit the podcast in like 50 minutes.
Yeah, do it.
Speed run it and then we're going to hang out and watch footy. So please come on over.
And because we're off air now, I'm in a corporate box.
Watch it.
So what I can do with Mick Malloy and Titus,
It's so fun.
you can call me for an update from the corporate box.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
That'd be good.
Unless Melbourne's losing, in which case.
Liam, McKelty Lafau will be playing, but they'll play the New Zealand national anthem irrespective,
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah.
I have my box tonight, but I want a footy
He
with.
wants to own one.
I want our own box.
Yeah.
A Spots Bazaar box. I saw Broden at A1 Bakery. He only ordered the chips, which was true. I did not order. What the fuck? I went to A1 recently and I was like, there's like a line at A1 Bakery now that's like, you gotta go.
Yeah, no, it's trendy now, and it was never that. It was always
But
just,
if
this is awesome.
if I was told you got to go to A1, it's so cool, and I went, I'd be like,
no, this is a letdown.
Why? This is
it's
a long
just a really, really strong staple. Halloumi pie.
yeah. And the chicken tawuk.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's asking what time I'll be on. I'll try and get on by 7:15, and I'll edit the pod afterwards if I don't finish it. So, yeah, let's say 7:15ish, I reckon.
Yes, this is the guy from the Coles ads. Hello, my name is Broden.
Hi, Brodney.
NBA, pissing me off. The refs in the NBA. Oh.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
it was full. Like, they full came out and said we fucked up 3 things in the last 2 minutes, didn't they?
Did you find this Reddit where people are, who's the most trustworthy?
No, I don't think it exists. I think David Zita's, good at reporting on the Tribunal, but not good at reporting on Reddit.
I found it.
Oh, how'd you do that? What did you Google? I Googled Reddit David Zita and couldn't find it.
It's which footy journo is the most authentic and trustworthy?
Is that what you Googled?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that I wrote AFL trustworthy,
Okay.
and then
okay,
this Reddit came up.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't see a poll.
I think David must have been talking about upvotes or something, right?
Zita, Caro. Did he think he was talking to Caro on the phone?
It may be. But this looks like for
No,
me.
Marnie Varno is the real deal. It
Yeah,
was
right.
Marnie, not me, and that's fair.
Yeah, no,
Because he said you, but he must have been pointing at at Marnie.
yeah, and see, this has been put in by someone who's often on our Reddit as well. I can see that.
Marnie Vinyl is the real deal. Bounce that quill. Marnie is the queen and savior of footy journalism.
That's how I read it. That's why I was confused. But
But he said you.
I know, and I am.
He's talking to me.
I have empathy for you, but it did read the other way to me. Like he was having a discussion with Marnie.
And I thought that was strange.
Yeah,
but
because you're not a journalist. But you are part of the football media.
I'm a journalist.
Well, you don't write articles, but you do report on the news.
Yeah. Well, there's that. Well, I think I'm pretty trustworthy.
Yeah, I do too. I think everything that comes out of your mouth, until you're talking about Jeremy Howe at Collingwood, then, your bias kicks in, but...
No, not me.
Leave Geelong and Collingwood out of it, and you're 100% trustworthy, mate.
I just don't like stripes.
That zebra-looking shit. Yeah, great. Why did someone ask me if I've watched Fallout? Is it because 3 of my top 5 games of all time are Fallout?
Yeah, have you watched Fallout?
No, I haven't watched anything in 2 years since my son was born, but I would really like to.
You've watched a lot of football.
Yeah, that's pretty much my life is football now.
Well, all right. I'm going to throw, until Tom gets on Twitch, I want you all to go and chuck on the Fox Footy pre-game coverage. We are transitioning beautifully into mainstream media. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll be back next week with a +1 Marns. Pog's in the chat for my dog Shadow, and who didn't shit on me. And I'll see you at the game. Bounce that pill.